First video from the new place. It's a mess. I have more stuff than furniture. I'm working full time. It's difficult to find energies and time to organize properly. So I will put some pictures to show you the current situation. It will take a few weeks, I think, until I order the furniture, I mount the furniture, and then I start organizing all the stuff. So I have this personal situation of the move, and there's also a common situation that are the new US tariffs. There's an excellent simplified video by Jennifer. That is this one. This is a thumbnail. I will just add two things that I think nobody talked about in the context of beauty, of course. First, there are some exemptions right now. It looks like smartphones won't be affected anymore, but in my opinion, beauty will be heavily affected. What is outsources usually is producing in Italy or Europe, France. Since it is anyway a luxury type of tier, people will still buy with inflated prices. That is my personal opinion. We will see. I hope that it won't happen, but I can see two scenarios. One is what I've just said, that prices will go up when it comes to beauty, luxury beauty products. The second one is something that happened, for example, with in the past with Chanel blushes. There was a European version and there was a US version with blushes, maybe US. So it may be also the case that brands like Chanel, for example, will have contract with local in terms of US, so US companies to produce the products. So there will be two type of products with the same name, and therefore two type of products for different countries. Since it happened in the past, it may be possible as well. So this is one thing that I would like to say. The second thing that I think nobody talked about is that I don't think that Europe will be unaffected by these tariffs. I can see it from Pat McGrath, for example. When I try to buy from Pat McGrath, there's now a European warehouse, but in the past it's also happened that things were imported from US. So although the beauty products are maybe produced in Europe, the headquarters of brands is still in US, or many brands, or many beauty brands. It may happen that there's this type of traveling from Europe manufacturing to US and then back from US to Europe. So traveling back and forth will be affected by tariffs, of course. That would be something tangible also for us in Europe. So I don't think everybody can be safe and free from these type of tariffs. That is the situation, and this is another reason, another incentive to be critical about the new makeup releases. And that's why I would like to talk about what is new, what are the most promising makeup releases, and some reasons to say no to what is gonna be released these days. Charlotte Tilbury palettes. I don't see anybody talking about them anymore. I'm glad I did not purchase them. I think they are kind of ordinary in terms of formula. The green one would have been maybe my choice, but those greens are quite loud and are also the reason why I didn't purchase the Pat McGrath one. The Pat McGrath is still in my wish list, but still I managed not to purchase it and keep it in my wish list, and I will see in the future. The shades I'm most attracted towards are the most boring. Is the peach and the bronze. Also that greenish bronze that is not truly chartreuse green, but is a darker version of it. And the lavender. So are practically the four special shades. 4 of the 5 special shades, because that emerald green, I don't like it on me, so it's a no. But the other special shades are great colors, but since the formula is not unique enough, I was strong enough to keep that palette in my wish list. Also because I need to buy my furniture first. It's not the time to me to buy things without thinking deeply because of the limited finances, and the priority will go to the furniture, of course. And therefore, I need to be extra critical. That's why SUQQU is also in this list of things I'm kind of relieved I did not purchase. The SUQQU lavender palette is very nice, but more into the mauve area where I have already a lot from SUQQU itself. These type of purples were unusually more cool toned, more bluish, but I think I'm covered within the same SUQQU range when it comes to these type of colors. Out of all lavender palettes, Givenchy, Lisa Eldridge, SUQQU, also the Chanel Spring, that is single, Mauve Sucré, I think it was called. Pat McGrath itself is also a lavender purple palette. I'm sure I'm missing other palettes. The Nabla one is the sixth one, is the Nabla one. Nabla one is a regret, you can see my video about it. But out of these 6, I purchased the Lisa Eldridge and the Nabla, and yeah, I'm happy about the Lisa Eldridge. I think the Lisa Eldridge was the best pick of the season, the one that included all the others in terms of novelty and the joy I have in using it. I feel satisfied by the purchase to the point that all the rest would be kind of redundant in my collection. So that, in my opinion, is the best pick. But let's go towards something that is just released or is gonna be released. I'm attracted by those limited edition Dior Quint. However, if I want to be rational, that formula is not the best. That formula is the standard, let's say, Dior talc-free formula. Nothing special. I've tried something, that formula. I'm not impressed. I mean, if I have to spend luxury prices and in the future luxury prices plus the tariffs, I now want something that is very special. The best palette in that range from Dior is the one with the pink and mauve. So it's a mauve neutral palette. As I said, to me is not the urgent purchase. I can let it go. I do not need to get everything in the market. I think I can dupe it quite well. Within my SUQQU, that is my favorite formula when it comes to these smooth shimmers that I require to be very fine. In this type of uncertainty that I'm now facing, my skin is reacting badly. I have bumps, I have more wrinkles, I feel my skin drier. So I want, especially now, if I put some makeup, it should be very thin and smoothing. So some days I just decided not to wear makeup because it was not working. I felt even worse. I will dedicate a video once I go through this overview video of the best products that I'm selecting during this time. But just to say that I need a very smooth formula, and SUQQU is still my pick in this time. And when I notice that I can dupe something within my SUQQU collection, I will go for it. So I do not need to purchase more, and I will use more what I have that I carefully selected in the past. That is a strategy that is also protection towards these new tariffs. Let me know what you think about it. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate if we can grow. It's a sort of feedback that you appreciate my channel and my ideas or chat topics like these. But now PRADA. PRADA is a brand that is attracting me, especially when it comes not eyeshadows. I'm not in the cream to powder formula. I prefer more powdery but thin formulas. But still, they have not released a palette, eyeshadow palette that is 100% my type of color story. So I'm waiting for that, no pressure at all. What instead is really tempting are the PRADA lip products. I purchased a few, as I told you in my latest wishlist video. I purchased them just before moving here, so they are somewhere. Once I organize everything, I will talk about them. But there are the new balms, and I'm a sucker for balms. I like PRADA ones, and I'm very tempted to buy a couple of these new balms. So that is another temptation that I think I will purchase. In this case, I will purchase. There are highlighters. I don't use highlighters anymore, so it depends if they are not too shimmery, that I can reuse them in different ways. I may be tempted by them. But the lip balms are truly the temptations. And maybe there will be the chance to buy something else like that green face powder. It is an old product, but I'm still tempted by it. Chanel Summer. Well, save your money because Chanel is gonna release a lot of baked gelée quads. There was a leak this week from Chinese pages. There was this makeup alert that unfortunately has now switched off. That is unfortunately what happens when there are these unwanted Chanel leaks. But I'm sure you have seen those quads. Among these quads, there's one that reminds me of a Tom Ford palette. It was more on the purple side, while in this quad by Chanel is grayish blue. I think I will purchase two of them. Looks like Chanel is the only one that is still continuing to propose baked gelée formula that I'm still interested in. So I will save my money right now and just waiting for these baked gelée Chanel, and that will be the time where I will purchase a new eyeshadow palette. Indeed, knowing what's coming is also beneficial when you have to decide, right? I will just buy one or maximum two quads, and that will be my purchase. So that is my strategy. That is very common one. This is the effect of those tariffs, right? Reducing the consuming. And since I have packs and boxes of makeup, it doesn't make sense to buy more. There are no leaks or no previews of the Byredo palette. That is another palette I'm interested in. I remember at this time last year, there were the first previews of the Mineralscapes palette. So I'm wondering why there is no Byredo palette announced yet. But yeah, I will wait a bit more, who knows. But right now, I can see myself buying just a Prada Balm 102 and those Chanel Baked Gelée in Holidays 102. I'm truly not interested in all the other rubbish, let's say. They're all the same things. I mean, I have things to finish. I don't think that whatever else is coming are adding anything to my collection. So I'm fine, not attracted by anything, honestly. My only temptations are these two that I just mentioned. Let me know what are yours, and your opinions are highly valued in this channel. See you in my next video. Bye.